Okay, so I have an actual interesting Master Duel video for you. Like, yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of these. How long has it been? Like, about 2 months almost? That's crazy. No, like a month. Because I did a video back last month, if I remember correctly. Around this time in October. Not October, November. I just woke up not too long ago. But I recorded these live on my Twitch channel, which you should go check out because, yeah, I'm going to be using that to stream a lot from now on. You know, more often when I figure out a schedule or something. So, yeah, these duels were done live on the stream, and I decided to do something different. Like, obviously by the title, I do Duelist Cup, which is something I make a video on at least once a month whenever it comes around because, free gems. So, obviously, if you've been around this channel and have seen my Master Duel videos, which if you haven't, feel free to. They are my personal favorites to make. They're my personal favorites to do. But for those who have returned, for those who have been around the channel for a while, you'll know that my two main decks are Twins, merged with Shadows, of course. I don't really end up using the Shadows when I use my live Twins, which is going to be the first duel, by the way. The first one is going to be just pure Twin, pretty much. And also Trap Tricks, which is the second duel. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Not because of that, but because of a third deck I use. Now, normally when you think of a third deck I use, you're probably thinking, oh, you probably use the Witchcrafter or Dark Magician. Not this time. If you have been paying attention the past couple Master Duel videos I've made, there was one deck I have been working on, and that was Tearlaments. Yeah, you heard me right. Tearlaments. And let me tell you, I was learning this deck on the fly. I was learning it on the fly. But because I've gone against it so many times in the past, like, I had an idea of what to do. And the result of that, you're gonna find out when I get to it. But yeah, the first duel in this video is going to be twins, pretty much, excluding the Shadows, because I don't really use the Shadows. Whenever I use Twins for the first duel, and only the first duel, then the second one is just Trap Tricks. Pure Trap Tricks, by the way. And then I go on to just use Tearlaments the rest of the video. But yeah, it's a longer one. But let me tell you, it's going to be a good one too. It's a longer one. But honestly, with how things go, it's worth watching. And unfortunately, I am going to have to do commentary after recording because, again, this was live and I didn't have my headset. So, and for some reason, Master Duel doesn't allow remote play from your phone. So, yeah, I kind of had to stick with my controller, unfortunately. So, that sucks. But, it is what it is. I can't really complain too much. Well, I thought that sleeve was starting to tear. I'm glad it isn't. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this Duelist Cup video. I sure did. it's a real fun one. I liked it. It was awesome. But yeah, hope you enjoy. Take care. This is a real interesting video because I use a deck I have never shown off on this channel before. But for these first two, obviously I'm going to use something that you see on my channel. Two decks you see on my channel literally all the time. Of course, gotta start with my main deck. Just because, you know, of course I do. But, yeah, I actually do the dailies quite quickly. But yeah, they're gonna summon Alistair to try to get an invocation, but decide, nah fam, I'm gonna negate it. Now, something you're gonna see quite often is something like this happening, where the game just takes a long time to like do stuff. Sometimes it's my opponent just taking forever, but most of the time it's just the connection being terrible. Which is dumb, because, like, my connection shouldn't be bad. But yeah, that Winda I have in my hand, I'm never going to use, by the way, at all. Never going to use her. I don't think I've ever gone against Generator before, so this might be my first time going against this deck. But yeah, normally my thing is to go keys to kill first, but I only had Lila, so I had to go with Lila. Now I'm saving my 3 lives to win keys to kill, my normal ones, and the keys to kill Frost that's in my hand, just in case I need them. I am going to need them. In fact, I actually use that Monster Reborn as well as the keys to kill Frost that's in my hand. And my trap. I just never use that Winda Priestess of Gusto in my hand, ever. But yeah, since I got negated, then destroyed, got nothing. However, I'm able to bring my Lila back from the graveyard with the Monster Reborn. And since I already activated Lila's effect, I can't activate it a second time because it's a once per turn. Which is why I still have that keys to kill Frost in my hand. And I'm of course gonna set that, because of course I am. And then do the reverse combo because, yeah. Unfortunately, I'm going to get ashed here. But that's okay, because I don't need a card anyway. I kind of knew I would get ashed. Because, of course, they would. It would go back to them, so I knew they had either an ash, a called by, or an imperm, but I settled with an Ash because the opponent almost always ends up having an Ash, so of course. Now we're just straight up just gonna do the normal combo. Because, of course, I gotta do the combo. You had to get rid of that guy as soon as possible. Gonna get rid of the field spell now too, of course. What? And I'm gonna make him get rid of one card because what this monster's effect does is if my opponent controls more cards on their side of the field than I do, I can activate the effect, which makes them send cards to the graveyard on their side of the field up to down to 2. And of course, I'm not gonna go for damage here. I'm just gonna go for this just to get that out of the way. Cause yeah, I didn't want to deal with that just in case. Cause Alistair's been negated, so there's really nothing they can do unless they have an invocation, and they don't end up getting one, thankfully. But yeah, they're gonna surrender like right here. That's actually gonna be it. That's it. They lost bad. But yeah, real crazy that first time playing this game in a month. Oh, trust me, it only gets better from here. Let's go to the next duel, shall we? So, before recording this commentary for this duel, I went ahead and just got myself one of my Cancer G Fuel. I've got peach rings right now, but I've also got my Mega Man Blue Bomber Slushy flavor and my Wumpa Fruit flavor that I've had for about a week now. But this is an interesting duel because this is actually a Trap Tricks mirror match. Yeah, my opponent's playing Trap Tricks too. So yeah, it's pretty much a Yugi Arcana type duel. Where it was pretty much Master of Magician's duel. This one, it's Master of Trap Tricks, pretty much. But yeah, of course they're gonna try to go for a monster Mantis, which is a good move first. If you have like a Pudica, then yeah. Then they're going to just do a bunch of like special summoning. That was actually a smart move on their part. Colaria though? Like why though? Like yeah, you get a monster, but at the same time like why? Sarah would have been a better choice. But in all fairness, they would have taken more damage had Sarah stayed on the field. But yeah, of course, I'm going to summon more Marimalio. Just to hopefully get a trap card. But they're gonna try to Mystical Space Typhoon me. And here's the thing about Traptrix Holitea. Like, if you flip it face up, it doesn't count as a trap anymore. It counts as a monster, not a trap. Mystical Space Typhoon only goes for spells and traps, not monsters. And of course, use Arachnocampus effects as special summon from my hand. And then I'm just going to grab Bottomless Trap Hole, just in case. Go into Sarah because obvious reasons. And I keep the Sarah on the field pretty much the entire time at this point, except for maybe the last 2 turns. Because, yeah. Yeah, and Kalaria's effect makes it to where if a trap card, a whole trap card would be sent to the graveyard, it just gets flipped face up. Well, flipped face down. And you never see me use Kalaria, like, ever. Like, I think I've only used Kalaria, like, once, and that was the one time I basically played my entire, like, extra deck in 1 turn. I'm not kidding. I quite literally played my entire extra deck in 1 turn at one point. Just to flex. Like, yeah, if you're new here or you've been around, me playing Master Duel, I am a completely different beast from how I am when I play anything else. I'm a completely different beast. But yeah, I'm accidentally gonna XZ summon the Rafflesia and put her in attack mode, which is something I don't mean to do. I meant to get Pinguacula, but because, you know, when I was, like, trying to read chat as well as being a few feet away from my screen, I couldn't see very well. So I kind of fucked up with that. But this is what I meant. This is what I was trying to do. Of course, activate Pinguacula's effect. Send Holitea to the graveyard. Just in case I'm going to need it. And I am going to need it, as you will see here soon. But I'm going to do 1800 damage. And I've got Adipus in my hand, which I am also going to need. Like, I have quite literally the perfect hand. Like, I was going to activate that, but then I'm like, nah. Don't need it. I'm just going to activate Pudika's effect. Yeah, and all my trap cards in this deck are whole trap cards. And the Traptrix archetype is immune to trap hole cards. Any trap hole card, the Traptrix monsters are immune to them. Unless you count Rafflesia, but in order for her to not be immune to trap hole cards, or any hole card, she can't have any XZ material attached. If she has XZ material attached, or if she doesn't and Trap Trip Garden's on the field, she's immune. But if she doesn't, and Trap Trip Garden is not on the field, she can be destroyed by Hulk trap cards. But the worst Hulk trap card you can really get, as far as my knowledge goes, it's just normal trap hole. Just trap hole. And that requires a monster to be some normal or flip summoned with 1,000 or more attack. Refleeture's only got 300. The only way that would work, that one hole card would work on Refleesia, is if she somehow got an attack boost from like Adipus or something. But other than that, yeah, she's immune pretty much. And the thing is, as long as Refleesia's on the field, my Trap Tricks monsters are pretty much fine. Especially if we have Trap Trip Garden. Because Trap Trip Garden gives them extra protection. And yeah. My opponent, unfortunately for them, is not going to play Trap Trip Garden. I'm going to play Trap Trip Garden. My opponent's not, though. Yeah, normally when you play, I gave them their Sarah back for my Sarah's effect, which is fine because I'm just gonna get rid of it again anyway.
I misplayed by putting Rafflesia in attack mode.
So it really doesn't matter.
I'm a few feet away from the screen, so I can see very well.
Now, of course, it's going to end in a victory because it's me with Trap Tricks. You really think I've beaten you, Bell, with this deck? I've beaten you, Bell, Tearlaments, Runic. I've beaten a lot of meta decks with this deck in particular, as well as my Twin Shadow deck. You really think I'm going to lose against another Trap Tricks player? We may both use Trap Tricks, but I know how to hard counter Trap Tricks. Even with Trap Tricks themselves. Alright, so that's... yeah. And you're gonna find that out again here soon. Because after this duel, I used Tearlaments the rest of the video. Literally the rest of the video, I used Tearlaments. And one of my opponents actually does end up using Trap Tricks. It's... like I said, this is a really good video. Yeah, of course they're gonna go straight for Refleesia, which is damage, which was smart, and it was my fault for having Refleesia in attack mode. But yeah, I'm gonna save that. Now is when I activate Holotea. I only have one in that. I only have one in the deck. Because the card is a UR. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not crafting another one. And I have only one Holotea in my actual deck as well. With the physical cards. I only have one copy of that as well. And normally when it comes, they're gonna do the same shit, except, you know, different. They're just gonna activate it. Gonna destroy that.
yeah, this, you can see that this is pretty much over. Adding Pudica would have been a great option here too, but I just go ahead and Dionea. Here's the thing though, with Pudica, it would have been special summoned, not normal summoned, so I wouldn't have been able to get Trip Garden. Which sucks, but that's why I didn't go for it. It still would have been a good option, because it would allow me to banish one card until the end phase from their side of the field. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and just send my last material from Pinguicula to the graveyard to get Pudica on the field. And now we link. This is when I get rid of my Sarah, because I really didn't need her anymore. Then I'm going to activate that to negate that. My opponent's Adipus' effect. Banish a whole trap card from my graveyard to destroy their Adipus. Then activate Pinguicula's effect to send their Adipus from the graveyard, attach it to Pinguicula as a material. They're not getting it back, by the way. Now I'm just gonna beat their ass now. They're quite literally one attack away. It doesn't matter what I attack them with. They are one attack away. Yeah, that's not really gonna help you, buddy. It's really not. Oh yeah, the reason why you see that my monster's attack numbers are up is because when Adipus is on the field, if its effect isn't negated, it gives my plant and insect monsters, which all the trap tricks are, by the way. They're all plant and insect monsters. It gives them 1,000 extra attack. When I mentioned something about Refusers somehow getting like an attack boost, this was one way to do that. But, yeah, and again, like I said, during the last duel, you're going to see something like this happen a lot. And apparently it's my connection that's the issue, and it really wasn't. And again, you have to remember, I was also streaming this live, so, yeah. That made it even worse. But yeah, I'm pretty much in a decisive position anyway. I was in a decisive position. Again, one attack, I won. But I'm gonna go ahead and just flex anyway. A little bit.
My connection shouldn't be
You know,
the
as
issue.
soon as
If I lose here, I'm gonna
the
be
game
angry.
just... There it is. Harpy's Feather Duster. I don't need that anymore. Like, I didn't need it at all. Although it would have been nice to have it when they had that Trap Tricks Trap Hold Nightmare. It would have been nice to have that, have Feather Duster then. But, oh well. Mantis to add a Trap Tricks monster to my hand. And when I said I'm gonna flex a little bit, I'm not kidding. I'm just gonna flex. Again, regardless of what I attack them with directly, they lose at this point. Even if they didn't have a monster, regardless of what I attack them with, they would have lost. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and just special summon Pudica, because again, don't really need anything at this point. I'm just gonna flex. I'm gonna banish. There's Sarah until the end phase, which there's not gonna be an end phase. And then I'm gonna add there's Sarah as a material to my Pinguacula. Again, just a flip. I took their own Sarah and put it on my side of the field. Again, just a flex. I would play the rest of my extra deck and use their Sarah as material. And since I no longer have 8 tracks on the field, I win. Yeah, I'm master of the trap tricks very much. That was actually a really fun duel. I really enjoyed that one. But it's time to go on to the next duel. And now we finally get into the tier limits duels. Now, this is, for the rest of this video, I use only tier limits. I don't switch back to I don't switch back to twins or trap tricks. I don't switch back to any of them the rest of this video. It's just tier limits from this point onward. And if you look at my hand, I have a real decent hand. But yeah, I don't, and if you're gonna notice, I don't read the effects for these cards at all. I don't read the effect. I basically just get caveman brain. I'm like, oh, me see pointy, me see pretty card, me activate, ooga chonga bonga. That's basically me, or any player that uses any kind of meta deck. Literally, you just get caveman brain, just activate shit. That's literally just pretty much what I do here. But yeah, pretty much what you want to do is get Kaleido Heart on the field as soon as you possibly can. Again, I don't read the effects of the cards, I just activate shit. Shit literally just gets activated. Don't read it, I just activate. And speaking of Kaleido Heart, here she comes. Oh no. I guess I don't get Kaleido Heart yet. Or do I? Kaleido Heart, yep. Now, Kaleido Heart does is, if she gets destroyed by card effect, she can come right back from the graveyard. But it has to be through card effect, it can't be through battle. And that's assuming she doesn't get negated or banished. And they're gonna heavy storm me, which sucks. I'm pretty sure they just drew that heavy storm too. That was literally the card they just drew. I'm pretty sure that was what they just got. And they had to use it immediately. Which honestly sucks for me, but it was a good play on their part. But yeah, as you're gonna see here, we've got a Sprite player. Not just a Sprite player, but it's a live twin Sprite player. Yeah, a live twin Sprite player. Because, you know, I haven't gone against plenty of these enough. Over the past, like, what, 3 years almost I've played this game? It's crazy. But yeah, they're using Twin Sprite. Is Tier Limits even meta anymore? Is Tier Limits meta anymore? I mean, I know it is if you have like Ishizu stuff, but I don't have the Ishizu stuff included. I only have like the 2 Shufflers and Kestir Fenrir, but other than that, that's all I've got, other than just pure Tier Limits stuff. I've got nothing else, and that's just main deck. Extra deck, I've got SP Little Knight in. Because what deck doesn't have SP Little Knight at this point? But yeah, this duel gets fucking crazy. Because you have to keep an eye on my life points and their life points. And let me tell you, there's going to be a huge gap between our life points. There's going to be a huge gap between our life points. And what happens is crazy. But it's a good one. What happens is great. Let me tell you. Again, Kaleido Heart can only come back from the graveyard if it's destroyed by card effect. Battle, yeah, can't come back. But like I said, keep an eye on the huge gap between my life points and their life points. I'm at 1,000. You may think it's not looking good for me, and trust me, it's not looking good for me. But keep an eye on the Raigeki I have in my hand. Because I'm going to frame one use it. As soon as my turn comes, I'm going to use it. And my turn will come. Let me tell you that. I guess they did. They guess they don't have Sunny in the extra deck. Maybe they do have Sunny in the extra deck. They just decide not to link summon and do it. Which, honestly, is what's going to fuck them over. Or I'm just going to use Shadow Fusion, that works too. But yeah, this is, yeah, this was the perfect card for me to draw, by the way. The perfect card. And you're gonna see my royal finish window, which I have 2 copies of physically, by the way. They were not cheap though. They were like almost $4 a piece. I have this art, which is the original, and I also have the alternate art. I got one of each art for Window. In my Twin Shadow deck. And fusion summon to this. Again, I don't read the effects. I just activate the shit. I just activate the stuff. I don't read them at all. Like, people who use this deck a lot, and trust me, there are people, even still to this day, who use this deck a lot. They take forever to do just activate one monster's effect when they play this deck. You're seeing what I'm doing. I'm not reading this shit at all. Like, you may be thinking, but I'm taking a while to, like, do stuff every so often. Again, I'm live streaming, so I'm keeping an eye on the chat, also social medias, and getting a drink every so often when I felt I needed it. I went to main phase 2 just in case there is something I could do, but yeah. But yeah, the gap is just getting smaller and smaller. Smaller and smaller. Yeah, and the thing is, you're probably going to be wondering, wait, why can't they link summon to Kisa Kill or Lil Law? The reason they can't special summon, link summon to Kisa Kill or Lil Law is because one of Winda's few effects makes it to where as long as Winda's face up on the field, both my opponent and I can only special summon once per turn. And since they got Lil Law Treat on the field, that's their one special summon for the turn. They can't link summon. They can't summon anything from the extra deck. They can't summon from the deck, the hand, or the graveyard anymore. Because they got their one special summon for the turn. Again, the effect goes for me too. I can also only special summon once a turn myself. So, Winda's effect is a double whammy. Like, yeah, it's useful for me, but for me against the opponent, but at the same time, it also harms me. But I'm not going to use it because I did what I needed to do. I'm just gonna link some of this Little Knight. Activate Windows effect to get the Shadow Fuser back in my hand, which I don't use, by the way, because they surrendered. yeah, I won. They were not winning that. And that was my first time using Tearlaments. Didn't read the effects, just went straight into it, activated the shit, and that's how I won. Again, it looks grim for me, but like I said, I'm a completely different beast.
GG's
Anyway, let's go on to the next duel. So, this one's not very interesting, unfortunately, but it is really funny. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and just let you enjoy this short duel. Because this is a short one. They made a big mistake by letting me go first. But yeah, anyways, enjoy this duel. Yeah. Alright, so when I said that I go against Trap Tricks a second time this video, this is the second time right here. I'm gonna show you how to hard counter Trap Tricks with Tearlaments. I don't exactly have the best hand right here, but you're gonna see everything's gonna work out. I at least have a negate right here. Because again, I play Trap Tricks, so I know exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to get Trap Trick Garden to normal summon a second Trap Tricks monster from the hand. But I'm gonna just keep that from happening, and this is all they do. I was getting a drink at that point. Of course, gotta add a Tearlaments card to my hand. A level 4 warrior monster. Which Rhino Heart, thankfully, is. And send Sharon to the graveyard. Which, yeah, at this point, you know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get Kaleido Heart on the field. That's what you want to do with Tearlaments. You want to get Kaleido Heart on the field as soon as you possibly can. And prevent Kaleido Heart from being banished or sent to the graveyard by battle. Now this ghost spell, it is going to come in handy here soon enough. Thankfully. The Yorishiro of the Aqua and Maiden of the Aqua I have in my deck aren't part of the deck originally. I just added them just to have like extra fusion materials. And honestly, they're quite useful for such. They're only doing this just to turn up flip defense position, which does nothing. It only really just prevents me from being able to attack. That's all it really does. The effect still activates, but it just prevents me from being able to attack them directly. And they're still going to end up fucking themselves over. That, like I said, that ghost spell in my hand, gonna come in handy. I have that in my Twin Shadow deck, but I very rarely get the card at all. So, yeah, I gave them their Sarah right back. But again, what's it gonna do? It's got 800 attack points to my 3,000 defense. What's it gonna do? Actually activate Keldo's effect. No? Medora? Yeah, I'm gonna activate Medora's effect to send Keldo to the graveyard. I'm not gonna give them their shit back. Yeah, I'm gonna get my shit back. Put Medora in defense. Yeah, I could have put Medora in attack and destroyed their Sarah. Maybe. But again, they have hole trap. They're using trap tricks, so they have hole trap cards which can destroy my and do that. Now I'm just going to give them their stuff. Now I'm going to give them their stuff back, which is fine. Not really going to help them though. They thankfully just let me just get my Kaleido Heart back, because Kaleido Heart was sent to the graveyard via card effect. Kaleido Heart just comes right back from the graveyard. This is my first time actually using the trap tricks, not the trap tricks, the tier limit stack. I mean, I have used it before, but the deck was half-baked and incomplete, so and I was only in solo mode. So it was like, not really very good. So does it really count? This is actually my first time using that complete. So, yeah, real interesting. Yeah, I'm going to send their face down trap to the graveyard. Or at least try to. But There goes my Kaleido heart, unfortunately. But again, it's still not going to be enough to take me out. I've got Winda. And holy shit, this is a good one. Yeah, I didn't really need Kaleido Heart at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of Pudica. Like, because it's the better option, because they could just get Sarah right back. Most likely. So, yeah, I just wanted to get rid of Pudica. That way they couldn't really do much of anything. And got Ash Blossom. That's, I think if I remember correctly, the Ash Blossom does come in handy. But can't really play anything, so I'm just gonna do damage. And that's it. Again, I know how to hard counter. I use Trap Trick, so of course I know how to hard counter the deck. Can hide from what you feel. No more compromise. This is basically just beating my opponent's ass simulator at this now. 38 damage, 100 damage. You have the base that side. Nothing really noteworthy happens the rest of this duel. They're gonna evenly match me right here. Of course, I'm gonna banish my Havness face down, because I want to keep my Winda on the field. That way they can't special summon more than once. Which they can't even do. And what that is you're gonna see it's an Ash Blossom. Fucking Ash Blossom and then Ghost Bell back to back. They set their Ash Blossom face down because they couldn't do anything. They kept themselves from taking 2,200 damage, but that's really all they did. Yeah, I pretty much, yeah, as soon as Windic got on the field, I won. Really good way to counter the counter Trap Tricks right here. I'm gonna activate this just to mill out my deck so I can hopefully get Sharon right back in my hand. But yeah, not really gonna happen because my opponent's gonna end up surrendering as soon as I play pretty much as soon as I play this. It's over. I'm gonna destroy. Like I said, easy way to counter. They couldn't do anything. As soon as Winning got on the field, they lost. But yeah, it's time to get on to the final duel, and it's going to be a good one, let me tell you. It's going to be a good one. And now the final duel has come. I am unfortunately going to misplay here at the start. So, yeah, it sucks. But I'm going first. So that's a plus. But at the same time, it sucks for me because I do end up misplaying. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. Even I misplay from time to time. Because, again, I don't even read the effects. I just activate them. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I do. Ghost Spell's gonna come in handy again here, too, by the way. Obviously not my turn, because I don't want to screw myself over. But she does come in handy. You know the combo. You've seen me literally try this combo pretty much the entire time I've been using Tier Limits this video. Unfortunately, this is when I misplay right here. I misplay. This is where I misplay. It sucks, but this is my fault. Per performance, hat tricker in defense mode, which not gonna do anything for me because, yeah, I just took 1,000 damage just to link summon that little knight, which, believe it or not, is actually pretty much my victory, which pretty much almost ensures my victory. Again, that was just turn 1, and I went first, so me saying that it's basically a victory isn't a flex. That's quite literally, this little knight's quite literally what pretty much allows me to win. But yeah, again, like I said, you're pretty much just gonna see connection being terrible somehow, or my opponent just taking a long ass time to do their shit. I'm gonna go ahead and flip that. They're gonna activate. But I'm going to activate Little Knight's effect real quick. So what Little Knight's effect does is basically, as soon as my opponent activates a monster effect, I can... Or, no, I'm not going to activate the effect, never mind. But anyways, as I was saying, what Little Knight's effect basically does is, if my opponent activates a monster effect, or any effect, I'm pretty sure it's a monster effect exclusively. But, yeah, I could banish my Little Knight, or one card from my side of the field, and one card from one monster from my opponent's side of the field. I'm not gonna do that yet. Because I really have no reason to. Yet, at least. But, okay, but on a real question though, why Maiden of the Aqua built like that? Like, seriously, why? What was Konami thinking when they built her like that? Still not gonna activate the effect. It might just be an effect. Again, my first time using Little Knight. Like, this is the first video I used Little Knight in, so I still don't know how completely understand how Little Knight works, but I'll get there at some point. Yeah, I'm gonna negate that with Ghost Spell. Ghost Spell, it's Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. They weren't part of the deck either. I just added them just in case I needed them. And honestly, I made a good choice in doing so. As shown in this duel and last one. Yeah, because of their one continuous spell. Any monster they control can't be destroyed once per turn. But I'm gonna activate Little Knight's effect. Just to prevent my Little Knight from being destroyed by battle. By their monster. So, yeah. Of course, that's just until the end phase, so... Now, I do have a 25th... I do have a quarter century tin coming I'm getting for Christmas. Little Knight and Diabell Star are part of that set for the tin. I'm hoping to pull at least one of those. Most likely not going to pull either of them. Because my luck does tend to be shit when it comes to pulls. So... most likely not going to get either of them from that tin. But I'm hoping I do get them. But yeah. Of course, I'm going to add stuff back to my deck from my graveyard. Sorry about that interruption, but as I was saying, I added Ghost Spell to from my graveyard back to my deck. And what Ghost Spell basically does is it allows me to that pendulum monster they have on their side of the field in their pendulum zone. What Ghost Ogre counters something like that. So if they activate the effect, I have Ghost Ogre in my hand, I can just send Ghost Ogre from my hand to the graveyard to destroy that pendulum monster. Which is what I was hoping to do. I don't end up doing it, but, you know, just to be safe. You gotta be smart about it. Depressed the day that storm, riding with the wind, your heart's thinking up to more gusts could try to knock you down, but you'll win the race connecting us. They're gonna super poly. Thankfully, they're not gonna target any of my monsters, which they honestly should have, but I can't do anything while they use super poly, by the way, and I fucking hate that. But yeah, again, like I said, thankfully they don't use any of my monsters as fusion material, otherwise I would have probably lost if they did. But yeah, get rid of their 2600 attack fusion monster because fuck you. Now I'm gonna just frame one, activate this to get rid of their continuous spell, which basically makes it to where if I attack their monster once, their monster doesn't get destroyed. I have to attack it like twice to destroy it. I had to get rid of that. So send Maiden of the Aqua to the graveyard. I have to do that as a cost. After I activate the effect, I have to send one card from my hand to the graveyard. But I'm gonna tribute summon the Fenrir, which is gonna allow me to add a Tearlaman's Kashtira to my hand. Then I'm gonna special summon Tearlaman's Kashtira. I just banished my quick play spell just because. Then I'm going to activate that. And of course, I want to get the Tearlaman's monsters from my deck to the graveyard, because, again, graveyard effects. And then I'm just gonna do this. Put that in face down defense position. Well, banish it face down. Then go straight for the attack. I was going to do the same amount of damage regardless of what order I attack in. So, yeah. Oh yeah, they can't get their fusion monster back on the field, by the way. But yeah, it's pretty much over at this point. Unfortunately, I do end up losing these two monsters and taking some damage. But it's nothing too drastic. It's perfectly fine. I think it's like 500-600 attack points. What life points I'd take, but it's whatever. Because I'm gonna end up winning anyway. So Yeah, not really much of an issue. And the way I do win, it's a pretty good way to win and to end this video. It really is. Oh yeah, this negate, by the way, is a permanent effect as long as it's that trap's face up on the field. It's a permanent negate. And let me tell you, that it comes in handy. It comes in handy. It's really useful. It shouldn't take them this long just to... Now, I'm going to activate this effect to banish their one defense position monster, which, well, banish it face down, which might, to some, might be a misplay. Because, especially since they just got another one. And because of that, I am going to take damage. But again, it's fine. 100 damage, not bad. Because I drew the... you saw, I just drew the one card I needed to basically win. This is the final turn, by the way. It's over right here, pretty much. Of course, I'm not going to activate that just yet. I do end up activating that trap and using its effect. Just not yet. Like I said, Maiden of the Aqua and Yorishiro of the Aqua basically just I added them to the deck as extra fusion materials. And as you see, it's working. Now I am going to activate Kaleido Heart's effect to send their defense monster back to the deck. And this is... Then I'm going to go to battle phase. Go for the attack. Again, their effect is negated. Do that, right? Oh, well... Wait, I guess I got another turn. But yeah, again, it's as soon as my turn starts, it's basically over. Not gonna activate that because don't need to yet. It would have been a bad idea. Well, it wouldn't have been a bad idea. We'd have the same fields, pretty much. We'd have the exact same fields we have right now. This is when it's over, though. This is the final turn. Go in battle phase. Wait. Activate that, which is gonna send that to the graveyard and make, well, negate the effect. Send Kaleido Heart to the graveyard. Special summon Kaleido Heart from the graveyard. Then I'm gonna activate Kaleido Heart's effect by sending a Tier Limits monster from my deck to the graveyard. Activate Kaleido Heart's effect again. Send that back to the deck. I'm not going to activate Shiren's effect. I'm just going to go for the attack and win. And that is the video. It was actually a really fun video. And live stream when I was streaming it. But yeah, again, thanks for watching. I hope to do this again here soon. Take care of yourselves. See you next video.